Hello, Professor. You seem to be reading your book there. Sorry to interrupt you. Would that be a proper beer you're drinking?
Yes, it is, funny enough.
But there is some dispute between us. Not one that's come between our friendship, Professor, but a matter of whether we've reviewed this before. There's been a lot of beer drunk, probably, since if we had reviewed it. And sometimes that addles the brain.
Now, I'm see what you think, because I believe we have reviewed it before. Not that there's any reason why it shouldn't be reviewed again. Really, it's called Gringo's Gold.
Gringo.
From the Botley Brewery. Botley being local to these
Hampshire.
Is
it? I'm trying to think. What's at Botley? There's a yacht club, I believe.
I know nothing about it really, apart from the fact it's obviously got a brewery now.
Yes, and
probably quite a small one, I should imagine.
Yes.
Gringo's Gold is 4.5%. It's a very pleasant, golden sort of
golden ale.
Golden ale that used to be called summer beers really, but they seem to appear all year round now.
Yeah, like Christmas starting in July.
It does seem to. It does definitely, like the sort of people who decide to put their Christmas trees up. I don't know, at the end of November. It seems to me faintly ridiculous.
Indeed it is. Whatever happened to Advent and the 12 days of Christmas?
I really don't know.
I
really don't.
I'm a bit old-fashioned when it comes to things like this.
I know, you're very old-fashioned in some of your attitudes.
Yes, indeed. Bit of a traditionalist.
Yeah.
Now, Gringo, Paul, I believe there's quite a amusing and interesting reason where that expression comes from.
I've been told a reason. It might not be true, as I'm concerned that people who are followers on the YouTube might know, because I'm convinced I've said this before and we've reviewed it before, but I'll say it again. Apparently Gringo comes from the song Green Grow the Rushes O that English settlers and missionaries were heard to sing in South America. The locals heard them and nicknamed them Gringos.
Would you be prepared to sing any of that, or would that probably be a bit too much with it?
I don't do a lot of singing, unfortunately.
No.
Or fortunately, probably.
I do, and people get quite upset.
Yeah.
So the beer.
Yes, it's a very pleasant golden sort of
flavour, malty, bitter.
Yes, it's obviously it's not mega bitter like
like an IPA
or something. But
yeah.
It's very it's got a very refreshing sort of
pleasant drop.
Pleasant.
Would you give it the thumbs up or?
I would certainly give the Professor's thumbs up whether we've reviewed it or not before.
Yeah.
And if we have, it's just had 2 thumbs up.
Yes, 2 thumbs up. Cheers. He gave up being a rock and roll star. He started making pork scratchings.
Yeah.
Is that a proper beer you're drinking there, Professor?
Yes, you're quite right there.
Well, what's it? Can you give us a what's it called?
This proper beer is called Golden Arrow. You thought I'd forgotten that?
Yeah, I did. Well, I always like to hope that you do. Sometimes
Golden Arrow. Not Golden Shot like the old TV program.
Oh, wonderful, Bob, and then Bob Monkhouse.
And then the great Bob Monkhouse.
Wonderful man, great supporter of the party, and perhaps not such a great. Anyway, Bob Monkhouse.
Bob Monkhouse, who agreed
left a bit, right a bit, that sort of thing. Yeah.
However, this is Golden Arrow with
nothing to
do with either Monkhouse or Green.
Green again, a pipe smoker apparently.
Yes, I believe so.
Actually. Liked a pipe. But again, somewhat iffy in his views.
Some of his views may be a little bit iffy. Iffy's a
great British word, iffy.
Iffy.
Yeah, iffy, suspect, dubious.
Suspect. There we are. There we are. You can use that in your conversation.
Yeah.
Anything that's a bit suspect, it's a bit iffy.
It's a bit iffy.
Yeah.
But this beer, is that iffy?
This beer is not iffy at all.
Made by the
Cottage Brewery in Somerset, in Lovington in Somerset.
Lovington.
In Lovington, indeed.
A cottage brewery in Lovington. Sounds like paradise, Paul.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
no doubt it is to some people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very, very good. I have. I did a summer of strawberry picking in Somerset. I did.
Did you go to a cottage at all while you were there?
I might have done it inadvertently.
Yes.
But most of the time not. A good area for beers actually.
Yes,
as well.
yes. And cider.
And cider, obviously.
Wonderful
You
fun.
can't beat a good
Would this be the period where you were staying in the you were out in the sticks all on your own, reading Thomas Hardy?
No, this was a different time. That was when I was. That was in Dorset.
Dorset. Well, that was the organic farming.
That was the organic farming.
With the Thomas Hardy.
With the Thomas Hardy.
Apparently, he liked a drop of ale.
He did actually. Yeah.
Probably a cider or two as well. I shouldn't be surprised. Wonderful poetry.
Wonderful poetry.
Lovely the novels as well. Jude the Obscure, of course. Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Not so keen on Mary of the Castaway because sadly I did that for my O levels and it really.
Well, see, I did Return of the Native.
Yeah. Does that one get up your nose now?
No, it doesn't. I did manage to reread it much later in life. O levels for American viewers and other people are end of school exams. Although me and my friend here are so old, they're not called that anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
They've changed the name
it's
of
all
them.
changed.
We just date ourselves.
They just change things for the sake of changing them.
Really change things.
So anyway, in the cottage, the cottage ale.
Yes, with it's another. It's very, very, very pleasant. It's another sort of summer sort of golden beer. Quite a sort of bitter sort of finish to it. 4.5% again, I think actually. So
Yeah, I think absolutely, yeah.
A good strength. Slightly different from the last one. Though it's difficult for me to put my finger on it, as they say.
Yes, quite.
But very enjoyable again, and you know the brewery Lovington. The Cottage Brewery.
Out of me.
At Lovington. I was going to call it the Lovington Brewery. At the
Cottage.
Do many beers.
Would I be fair to say you're struggling there a bit?
No, absolutely
No.
fine. Just collecting my thoughts.
Yes, indeed. They were all over the place there for a moment.
They're on the floor in different places. I shall pick them up in a minute.
So would that get the Professor's thumbs up?
It would. Cottage Brewery, Golden Arrow, thumbs up.
Cheers. Hello again.
Hello.
That is a proper beer, I know, because you're the sort of man that would.
There's no fooling you, is there?
No, indeed not. That Flower Pots beer. That is flower. That beer would that be a Flower Pots beer? Sorry.
I think I got the gist of it.
You got
is
the
it a Flower Pots beer?
Yes.
It is indeed.
A wonderful. Hold on, let me zoom out. Ooh, there we go.
Oh dear. I can't get the cameraman.
No. Is that beer from? That's it's a Flower Pots beer.
It's a Flower Pots beer, and it's a Flower Pots Brewery in Sheraton.
Yeah, quite strong.
Well, it's moderately strong. I'll tell you what it is first, shall I? It's an IPA.
Yeah, sorry.
It's their own IPA when it comes down to it.
Yeah. India Pale Ale.
Indian Pale Ale. I think we've gone through the whole.
Why it's called.
IPA.
Exactly.
I'll be bothered if you don't know.
If you don't know now.
You should do.
Watch all the videos again.
Absolutely, that'll be enjoyable.
What a pleasure that would be for the person.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's an IPA, like many IPAs, it's quite strong, but it's probably the strongest IPA I've seen draft for a while. It's 6%.
Yes.
Reasonably
That's
strong.
what I find, having drunk that much of mine, I'm struggling a wee bit to be coherent.
There we go. Yeah, it's very pleasant. It does, it's
Grapefruit.
Well, there might be a hint of grapefruit.
Yeah.
It's very much as you'd expect a strong IPA to be, really, and I really do like it. I'm really enjoying it, I must say. It's, you know, I'm trying to think what you could compare it to, because other draft IPAs, like Pedigree, no, Pedigree's a pale, it's Pedigree Pale Ale rather than
rather than India Pale Ale.
Yeah.
I can't, because I've had this IPA, I'm having trouble struggling to remember other IPAs that I've had.
I'm trying to think, so
Yeah.
IPAs do tend to be, or pale ales tend to be quite bitter, don't they?
They do indeed,
And
Professor.
you know, I mean, it is, but I've had, you know, I've had beers that are more
I
bitter.
found a delicious grapefruity taste. A sharp bitterness followed by a grapefruit
Yeah,
aftertaste.
there is a fruity aftertaste, definitely.
Yeah.
I would
Lovely.
say. It's very pleasant. I mean, obviously, it's the sort
Fair
of
beer.
Sort of thing. If you're going to drink all afternoon, you might possibly not want to have too much planned for
No.
the evening.
I'm struggling a bit now.
You know,
Would it get the Professor's thumbs up?
I would say that the Flatpot's very own IPA, great brewery.
Thumbs up. Cheers.
In fact, how about two
Oh
thumbs
my
up?
God, 2 thumbs up.